Today, I'd like to talk about the 10 things we need to know before setting up a company in Myanmar. So number 1, who is eligible to set up a company? So basically, any individual or entity who would like to start an enterprise or make an investment in Myanmar is eligible to set up a company in Myanmar. Although Myanmar national can do some business without setting up a company, it is recommended that you need to set up a company if you want to acquire Myanmar Investment Commission permit or shares proprietorship or reduce legal risks or antitrust in doing some business with another companies or organizations in Myanmar. And number 2, type of business entity under Myanmar Companies Act and Special Companies Act. A company may be registered with different forms according to Myanmar Companies Act 1940 and Special Companies Act. They are private or public Myanmar company, foreign company, branch or representative office of a foreign company, JV company with the government, association or non-profit organizations. Most companies are established as a company limited by shares, and it includes Myanmar companies, foreign company, branch or representative office of a foreign company, and JV company with Myanmar nationals. Please be noted that a JV company with Myanmar national is considered as a foreign company in accordance with the Myanmar Companies Act 1940. However, the definition of foreign company will be modified in new companies law, which is currently under the review. And number 3, investment incentive for companies in Myanmar. A company who satisfies the requirements is eligible to get investment incentive such as tax exemption and long-term land lease under Myanmar investment law and special economic zone law. Companies which applies for the permit from Myanmar Investment Commission, it is called MIC, or the management committees from SAGA economic zones are required to make a large-scale amount of investment, and those companies are usually labor-intensive industry, such as manufacturers working on large projects. And number 4, governmental organizations to deal with the company registration. In Myanmar, local and foreign business under the Myanmar Companies Act are registered at the Directorate of Investment and Company Administration, we call DIGA. DIGA also serves as the Secretary of Myanmar Investment Commissions, which is the responsibility body of the investment applications. And number 5, company name check. The company name has to be checked at first before we proceed to set up a company procedure in order not to be overlapped or similar to the existing registered one. Number 6, business purpose. Business purpose is the most important issue for the foreign company. In particular, the business activities for a foreign company are limited in Myanmar. For instance, trading is not allowed for the foreign companies in Myanmar. With some exception, although Myanmar nationals can do any kinds of business. So foreign investors are recommended to consider the business purpose carefully with referring the relevant laws and notifications. DIGA has announced the restricted business activities by the notification. In such notifications, business activities are allowed to be carried out only by the union, or investment activities which are not allowed to be carried out by the foreign investors, and investment activities allowed only in the form of a joint venture with any citizens-owned entity or Myanmar citizens, and investment activities to be carried out only with the approval of the relevant ministries. And number 7, number of shareholders. In a private company, the number of shareholders may range from a minimum 2 to maximum 50, while public companies may have a minimum number of shareholders is 7. Number 8, number of directors. The number of directors for a private company should be at least 2 to 10, and the public company, the minimum number of directors is 3. There is no requirement for nationality or residence of a director. However, the requirement is likely to be revised in the new company law, which I mentioned earlier. And number 9, capital requirement. In generally, there is no minimum capital requirement for Myanmar companies. Only banking and insurance companies do have minimum capital requirements according to the Ministry of the Finance and Central Bank's regulations. However, there is the amount of capital requirement for Myanmar public company and foreign companies. The required amount is 50 million charged for Myanmar public companies and 50,000 USD for foreign service company with DIGA permissions. And for the foreign manufacturing companies, the minimum capital is 150,000 US dollars. Number 10, valid period of company registration certificate. The company registration certificate are valid for 5 years. After the 5 years period, companies shall renew their registration certificate in order to continue their business. Thank you for watching my review.